Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Lately there's been a lot of people that I've come across that just have this very negative way of talking. All of us are on some type of journey leading somewhere. Whether you feel like you're stuck, whether you feel like you aren't moving, or if you feel like you are just going around in circles, we're all on a journey. That journey is going to take us to our destination. Now, if you have the mindset that you're not going anywhere, that you can't do something, or that you're not capable of doing what you put your mind to, then you're not going to get anywhere. And people need to understand that. The words that come out of your mouth are going to dictate what happens in your life, whether you believe it or not. People need to understand that what they choose to believe and to think of is actually what comes out in the universe. The universe works with the words that come out of your mouth. So if you say, I can't do this, the universe is going to work with you and is going to make that be true. I grew up with a family that didn't necessarily have everything in the world. You know, we were lacking. I grew up being able to adapt, being able to work with what I had. But my mindset was that there was more out there. That there is more out there for me to be able to achieve, for me to be able to reach, for me to be able to gain. I surpassed my parents. I surpassed a few of my family members, and I went out there and I got exactly what I wanted. When I was in middle school, college was something that, wasn't really necessarily talked about per se in my household, but it was something that my parents were like, you're going to college. They had no idea of what college was. My father never ended up going to college. He just graduated high school. And my mom took about maybe a year of college. They really didn't know how college worked, how much you had to pay, what you had to do to get in there. At a very young age, I remember saying, this is a school I want to go to, and I'm going to do whatever is possible to get there. And that's exactly what happened. I put my mind to it. I'm doing this. And I worked my butt off. And I got in. I got into my school. I ended up dorming. I loved it. A lot of people sit back and just wait for life to kind of just happen to them. And that's just not how life works. You're speaking life or you're speaking death. That's just how it is. If you have a dream, go after it. If you have hopes and aspirations, and you feel because of where you come from, or who your parents are, or where you grew up, or your neighborhood, or whatever, and you feel like it's not possible, you are lying to yourself. You are killing your dream through your words, through your thoughts. Change the outcome. Maybe it didn't work out for your parents or your cousins or your brothers and sisters or whatever, but you are an individual. You're different. Each and every one of you is different. So if it didn't work out for the other person, doesn't mean that it's not going to work out for you. Say that, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this and I'm going to make it work. If it ends up happening, then you will give yourself the greatest thank you for just going for it. But you'll never know what happens if you don't go for it. There's a lot of people right now that are around me that I find are just, the mindset needs to be changed. I'm not gonna say that I'm perfect, because I'm still on this journey. I am still on this journey, and I'm still trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be and where I'm going. And I stop occasionally and try to replan my route. It's important to have goals. If you have nothing put down, if you don't have a plan, then how do you expect to get anywhere? How do you expect to achieve what you actually want to achieve? Let's say your goal is to graduate high school. Then make that happen. Write down your goal and the date when your graduation is. Just because, it was too hard for someone and they couldn't finish high school, then that means it's going to be too hard for me. No. What you put your mind to, you will do. And that, I'm telling you from experience, there are a lot of things that I've accomplished in this life that who would have thought? And I might not be exactly where I want to be, but I'm heading there. I'm heading in that direction. I'm moving. As long as you're moving, as long as you are taking some type of stride. And it can be slow, or it can be fast, or it can be whatever pace you want it to be, as long as you're moving. Talk to people that may or may not want the same things as you, but have the same attitude as you. People that pretty much encourage you. I had to learn that not everyone around me is going to encourage me the way I want. Not everyone around me wants the same thing that I want for myself. You have to make a decision. You have to make a decision of going out there, changing the world. If that's what your goal is, then do something. Start with your neighborhood, or start with your own family, and then move up. Don't think I'm going to start a nonprofit and travel the world and change the world immediately. No, it doesn't work that way. That's an awesome goal to have, but you have to have smaller goals before you reach that big goal. I just had to talk a little bit about this because I just find that I've been talking to a lot of, younger, like high school, middle school children or kids, and mostly teens, and just the mindset is off. Like, a lot of them think that they can't do this or they can't do that, and a lot of it comes from just because someone in their family couldn't do it, or because people in their family haven't been encouraging them. And I just wanted to put out there that it doesn't matter who encourages you or not. As long as you believe in yourself, as long as you want to achieve something, then only you can make that decision on whether to move on or not. At the end of the day, you can't blame someone else because you didn't reach your dreams or you didn't reach your goals, because at the end of the day, your actions, not theirs, is what determine where you go or where you get. Like I said, I have a long way to go. This journey will never end for me. I am constantly trying to improve myself. I'm always trying to one-up myself and trying to compete with myself. But you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to let that go. Once upon a time, I had a very, very negative mindset and a very, very negative mouth. So I was constantly saying, I can't do this, or making excuses for things that I knew that I can possibly do if I tried. For a long time, because of that, I felt stuck. I felt like I was going nowhere. It really does hurt your self-esteem big time, because if you're constantly feeding yourself these negative thoughts and these negative excuses, then eventually your self-esteem will start thinking that you're useless, that you can't do anything, that you're poor, that you don't amount to anything, that you're not that pretty, or that you're not that strong, or eventually your thoughts will affect your self-esteem. Your words will affect your self-esteem. You just have to make sure that at the end of the day, even if it's before you go to bed, take out a notebook. Write down your goals for tomorrow. Tomorrow I want to accomplish this. And then write out 2 months from now, I want to accomplish this. Or it could be 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. And I know years from now seems like such a long time from now, and some people are like, oh, well, I don't want to think that far. That's fine. Do 2 months from now, 2 weeks from now, even if that's the case. By the end of the summer, I will accomplish so and so. But put it down on paper. This way you can see it. Remember that this is your goal. This is what you want to achieve. This is what you're aiming for. So I just wanted to leave you guys with something. I had to get it out. And if you lasted this long watching this video, thank you so much. If you guys have any comments, just leave them down below and we can start a conversation. I'll see you guys next time in my video. Bye!